Nothing that I watch on the internet feels real or honest anymore. There's a military woman who doesn't exist, who just made hundreds of thousands of dollars selling feet pics to lonely alpha males. An AI artist just went #1 on Billboard. A grown man that I went to high school with just posted, "I'm deleting Facebook, don't text," at 12:52 a.m. for the third time this year. Nothing feels real anymore, and no one's being real anymore. And to me, there are many red flag signs that are telling me that here pretty soon, it's going to be a miracle to find anything online that is real or is honest.
Oh, shoot. I'm gonna scoot. And I'm gonna be doing a very educational presentation on the dangers of inauthentic content, featuring my cat, Barbara.
There's 5 different types of content contributing to this problem that I want to talk about today. And this is stuff that's all over our feeds right now. And it's getting pretty overwhelming. And it's not just AI by any means. But let's start with AI. AI influencers, they're becoming a thing. And we're about to start seeing AI movies and AI TV shows. Like a couple of weeks ago, Higgsfield AI dropped its first ever AI streaming platform where they're creating their own movies and shows entirely built with AI. And I also saw somewhere where I think they're paying the lead actor of the movie that's on screen right now $1 million to use his likeness for this short movie. So it's going to be big business, and it already is big business. And it already is I can't speak. It already is big business. I'm flustered. Another thing I'm seeing, particularly with shorts, a lot of these AI slop accounts are creating their own characters that they're kind of trying to turn into influencers. Let me show you some examples.
Welcome to Fruit Love Island, where 8 single fruits are about to flirt, fight, and trust. Things get messy fast. Okay, this villa is insane. I'm not leaving here single. I just hope the guys are hot.
I'm here to have fun and probably break a few hearts. Bro said the quiet part out loud.
What?
The guy I want to couple up with is Benanito. Actually, I'm not letting that happen. I pick him. You can't just steal him like that. Looks like I just did.
I mean, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, who is this for? Children, underdeveloped adults, other fruit? Like, who? It's a parody of like an adult show, but it's like angled towards children. It feels like there's a conflict of interest there. But what do I know? Because this has 60 million views, which is more than I've ever had in my entire career. So, ha. Anyway, let's move on. How about another example?
Please spare me, Your Majesty.
I need them to nourish my skin.
This makes about as much sense as a turtle in a tracksuit.
Produce more holy water. I need it to keep my body from decaying. I will be the eternal queen. Whoever reveals this matter shall die.
Yeah, this is another problem that I'm having with AI is the storytelling pacing is terrible. It doesn't feel natural. It just feels more like a compilation to me than it feels like an actual story. You need to human this up a bit, like get like Morgan Freeman in there, or like the movie trailer guy from like the early 2000s, like the
In a world, one man, one desire.
That guy, something. Anyway, one more example.
Oh, the pain. It's too much. I can't. It's coming. Help. Make it stop, please.
Utterly vexing. I sheltered your mermaid kin for the sole purpose of breeding, not to squander my patience.
Our princess will rescue us.
No sign of the princess. But I have plenty of labor-inducing potions. Finally! What a beautiful baby, my dear.
Producing one 10 to 15 second AI video consumes roughly 1 gallon of water.
Yeah, this is a common thing that I'm seeing with these AI slop videos now. I don't know why. Men with the guts. I don't like. Are we just going to get to the point where we're going to start seeing it to like they're pregnant? Is that where we're going? Pregnant AI men slop videos is going to be the next thing. Like, wow, Kyle, you have such wide birthing hips. Thanks, Pete. I didn't need to be reminded of that. So yeah, there's AI influencers in these like TV show style storytelling type of content. And then there's also just influencers, like Instagram influencers that are AI. Jessica Foster, she's an AI influencer who gained over 1 million Instagram followers recently before her account was taken down. And she just tricked like a bunch of these Walmart Sunglass Hut Diamond members into believing that she was a real member of the military. And she posted a bunch of photos with Trump and Melania and Putin. And she would also post some very realistic stuff like this.
My home state of Arkansas is ranked 45th in education. So.
And some of you might be wondering, what's even the point? Is this just a joke or a prank? No, the reason was to drive all of these folks over to an account page and make millions and millions of dollars off of them, which Jessica Foster was on her way to do. People were spending up to like $100 per DM just to talk to her and get personalized messages and feed pics and like just all of that stuff. Thankfully, deep fake researchers started noticing some weird things in her images, like misspelled name tags and like weird backgrounds and like the American flag spun around in the opposite direction. And then the US Army confirmed that there's never been a person named Jessica Foster who's been enlisted in the Army. So Meta and deleted her accounts for not disclosing that Jessica Foster was not, in fact, a real person, but I'm sure she made hundreds of thousands of dollars off of these folks. Just the entire population of Arkansas subscribed to this. I know it. I'm from there. So, and unfortunately, it's not just AI influencers who are about to start tricking everybody. AI musicians are a very real thing now, and they're becoming more and more real by the day. And the person that is leading this whole movement is the producer Timbaland. I said that so white. I'm such a saltine dude. Anyway, he started an AI-based entertainment company last year called Stage Zero Entertainment, and the first recording artist that he signed was Tata, who is not a real person. It's a character created through Suno. And he also featured in her debut music video, which is mostly filled with negative comments. And unfortunately, I really wish I could be able to play it for you, but I'm not able to because I will get stricken down by the YouTube lords. But I would like to read my 2 favorite passages from this masterpiece just to give you a taste, okay? Editor, can we get some nice poetry music? Or let's start with the chorus. Yeah, 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 yeah. This, that shit on the game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. This, that shit on the game. Yeah, 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 yeah. What does that mean? What does any of that mean? Let's get into one of the verses. How about that? I ain't one for the drama. That ain't convo. That's comments. Tell her to step up. Hold on. Tell her to step up her grammar. I might need to see commas. You might catch me in Brooklyn. Ah. Yeah, I stay with a baddie. She wipe tears on the Prada. She's so bougie and bratty. Ah. I got all I could dream of. Ah. I give praise to the Most High. Ah, Gemini motivation. I need all of that multi. This is not taken off how I'm sure Timbaland expected it to. Hardly anybody is listening to this, but there are actual AI artists who are having a lot of real commercial success that is very scary. Like AI country artist Breaking Rust hit #1 on the country digital song sales chart in November last year, and they're still sitting at over a monthly million listeners. And then there's Zania Monet, I don't know how to say your name, was the first artist to debut on Billboard's radio airplay chart. She hit 125 million streams by the end of 2025, and she signed a $3 million record label deal. So it's a big deal. Now, I'll admit something to you guys. I was initially quite excited about AI when it first started getting really popular. That was before I realized you got to burn through like 100 civilizations worth of water to be able to use it, and it steals from other artists, and before I realized the prospects of what it could actually become. And I'm still not 100% against it, to be truthful. If we could find a way to use it without wrecking the environment, and we could just stick to, making it do boring things like spreadsheets and stuff that we don't want to do, or like making silly memes to make our friends laugh, then I'm all for it. But we're moving in a direction where we're using it for literally every single aspect of our lives, to the point where we're questioning reality, and we're also kind of replacing ourselves. Like, I don't understand the end goal here. Are we trying to are we trying to improve our lives? Or are we trying to replace it? And another thing about it is, I think if we keep going in this direction, we're going to mentally fall apart because we're human beings. We thrive on purpose and having meaning in our lives. And we kind of really don't fully know why we're on Earth as it is anyways. So what happens if AI just takes over the world and takes over our lives and does literally everything for us? How bad is our mental health going to be when we wake up every single day and we realize that we're suddenly no longer needed? That is terrifying. We need to rein it in a bit. That's my point.
Oh, okay, it's getting pretty serious. I think it's time for an impression intermission. This is my impression of Donald Duck stubbing his toe on the couch, okay?
Anyway, moving on. People love to vent. I'm kind of venting right now, to be honest. I mean, it's fun. We all do it. And we also like to watch people vent because it's relatable and it makes us feel validation about our own experiences. It's good. But I've noticed a large influx of influencers lately posting these videos, venting about things, trying to get people on their side, and they are not based in reality. They're living on a different planet. They're talking about a hardship that they just faced, but they're just like completely in the wrong about it. I have 3 examples that I'm going to show you. This first one is from an influencer named Jolene. She's like a travel influencer, and she had a very negative experience flying with Ryanair. Now, if you don't know anything about Ryanair, they are very infamous for a lot of stuff. They're very cheap, and it's for a reason. They have terrible customer service. They treat their employees like crap. They have these secret hidden fees that they charge on you if you mess up. They have like weird luggage policies, etc. It just goes on and on and on. And despite all of this, Jolene's video caused everybody to side with Ryanair.
Never flying Ryanair ever again. You watch my videos or just know me, know that I show up like the happiest and kindest human being to everybody always.
According to my research, if you feel the need to tell people how kind you are,
you guys, I literally get to the airport, I'm like running late, checking the bag is closed, so I'm like, whatever. Just go through security, I run through it for a takeoff. I run to the gate, and as soon as I get up to the gate, this fucking lady, Isabella something, like fuck her. She fucking sees me, I'm like recording myself, I'm like, oh my god guys, I made it to the flight, thank god. Like I thought I was gonna miss the flight. Like immediately sees me, is having a shit ass day. She's like, you have to delete that video. I'm like, I was just videoing myself, what do you mean? And she's like, no, you have to delete it right now or else I'm calling the police.
2 important pieces of context here. I live in Spain. Europe has strict laws about recording in public settings, especially in airports. It is not as relaxed as it is in the United States. And Ryanair themselves, they have a strict no recording policy. You cannot record people at the gate or on the flight. And number 2, they charged Jolene an extra $75 to check her bag because she was late. And that is their policy. That's when it escalated into what we're about to watch. And side note, in my view, even if an employee is rude or grumpy, it's very rare that they're going to threaten to call the police that fast. It makes you think something else happened in between there that Jolene's leaving out. So, just a thought.
I'm literally about to go through. I'm like, you're a bitch and it costs $0 to be nice to someone. And she goes, that's it. You're not getting on the flight.
you better calm down. Okay, don't make them get Ryan involved.
Look, I've worked in customer service for years. I worked in terrible jobs like this. I've also come across a lot of rude customer service people since then. And there has never been a time where I've ever even been tempted to call a customer service person by a name or yell at them out of spite. Like, they could literally hate puke into my socks, and I would still be like, oh, wow, they're having a tough day. And I'm not special. I really am not. I really think that goes for most people who have worked high-stress customer service jobs like this. We don't take it personally because we've seen what happens on a day-to-day basis, and you tend to get a little cranky, And if they're a gate attendant and you arrive super late and you start arguing about the rules that they're required to enforce, they're definitely going to get cranky. This video is sponsored by AG1. Now, as you folks know, I've been running through public parks with gigantic flags 5 days a week for 2 years now. And being 34 years old, that takes a toll on your body. It's not easy. And it starts making you take your health a bit more seriously. And that's how I got into drinking AG1 every morning. AG1 is a daily health drink with vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and whole food sourced ingredients. AG1 replaces the need for a multivitamin, probiotic, and more, all in one scoop. It's got adaptogens and B vitamins that help my body handle the physical demands of what I put it through. And one thing I've really noticed is my energy levels feel more energized. Like I'm not hitting that mid-afternoon wall anymore where I just, want to lay down and stare at the ceiling. There's no caffeine, no crash. And another thing I've noticed is that my gut health has improved a lot. My digestion is a lot better, and I'm not bloating nearly as much. It's great. I drink AG1 first thing in the morning. I throw it in my shaker with some ice, and I'm good to go. And it's become a non-negotiable part of my day. If you want to try it, go to drinkag1.com/Dustin Poynter to get an AG1 flavor sampler and a bottle of vitamin D3 plus K2 free in your welcome kit with your first AG1 subscription, a $72 value, or scan the QR code on screen. Check it out, give it a real shot for a few weeks, and see how you feel. Thanks to AG1 for sponsoring today's video. Now the next video, I'm sure you know her, Jacqueline Hill. She's a successful influencer, and she recently made a video talking about how the algorithm makes it impossible to connect and relate with your audience because it doesn't push your content to the vast majority of the people who follow you.
When you have 1 million followers, but your videos are only getting 30,000 views, this is just not the way it used to be. Like when I started, it was so organic. Like you subscribed to the people that you liked, you opened up those apps, or you got a notification on your phone saying so-and-so just posted a video, and you go, you engage with it, and like it was that simple. Now it's like, I put videos out there and sometimes I just feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm like, where is my audience?
I don't know, Jacqueline. Maybe people aren't relating to your content because of this video that you posted.
Coming out with us at our Friendsgiving. So bitch, did you get a bartender? Okay, so a ton of my guests love Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio, so I stocked the cellar.
You guys feel connected watching Jacqueline talk about her bartender that she got for Friendsgiving? Here, how about this one?
Okay, I need your help. I did some online shopping and I bought 2 designer bags. They are both leopard print, and I could not decide by looking at them on the internet which one I wanted, so I bought both.
Oh, Jacqueline. Jack-o'-lantern. What a conundrum you have found yourself in.
Look, it's fine to be successful. That's not the issue here. But don't build an entire brand around posting lavish, extravagant things all the time, materialistic things at that, and expect people to relate and connect with that, especially right now of all times. It's not real. It's not realistic at this point in time. I think it's the same reason why our culture right now just doesn't care about celebrities anymore, because we don't relate and connect with you, man. You're like hardly a person a lot of the time. It's just, we want to relate and connect with you. We don't want to look up at you and glorify you. We're done with that. And we should be. And don't glorify and look up at influencers either, for that matter. Me included. No, none of us. We're just human beings. That is all. Anyway, I'm going to play the next video, and we're going to talk about it.
Are we okay?
Sorry?
Are we okay?
What?
Competent?
What's going on?
Aware? Are you
happens?
sober?
Yeah, what's going on?
Do you understand your menu?
What can I help you with?
Do you have each item on the menu memorized?
What, can you stop beating around the bush?
I'm asking you, this is the bush that I'm asking. I'm asking you.
Well, yeah, it's...
This is the bush that I'm on. Do you know your menu?
Yes, I do. What can I help you with?
Is this your white cheese, white tomato pizza?
Yes.
That is shown on your menu.
This is a creator who ordered a pizza from a small business, didn't like it, and instead of trying to resolve the issue with the small business, she decided to turn it into content and just berate them and bully them. She walked back into the place, already recording, and just started belittling the guy. She later deleted this video, of course, because of the backlash. So I don't have the full thing now, but she got them to fully refund her and give her a new pizza. She ate all of the pizza, enjoyed it, and then bragged about it.
Oh, dear Heavenly Father.
That's what you call a scheme. That's not anything but a scheme. Naturally not how you handle conflict, and it's certainly not how you get people on your side, and it's certainly not relatable or real. It's just you're being a meanie. You're being a big old meanie. I hate to, be crass and start using foul language here, but you're a big old stinking meanie. Okay? And you also can't get folks on your side if you don't give any context at all, which brings me to my next thing I want to talk about, vague posting. It is everywhere right now, and I'm not sure why, but it is. Just in case if you're not familiar, vague posting is when someone posts something emotionally charged, but they don't provide any sort of context to what they are talking about. They don't really do this to try and connect with anyone. They really just do it for attention, like engagement. They're trying to invoke some kind of emotional reaction, like they're trying to invoke sympathy, curiosity, anger, whatever it may be. If you log onto Facebook right now, there is a 97% chance you will run into a grown adult from your hometown doing this as we speak. Let's provide some examples.
Sometimes the person you take a bullet for is the one holding the gun. Can everyone just pray for me tonight? Don't worry about me. I always figure it out on my own anyways. Always have. Can't do it anymore. Cleaning up my friends list today. If you see this, congratulations. You made the cut.
Probably the most well-known wholesome example of this would have to be the 365 buttons girl. If you don't really know what that is, a creator posted a video talking about updating her wardrobe, and this girl named Tamara left a comment on the video that went very viral, way more viral than the actual video she posted on. Tamara got her own SNL skit dedicated to her, and the reason why it turned out to be so hilarious and wholesome because it was a little girl who made the comment. I'm getting 365 buttons, one for each day because I want to do more stuff and I'm scared of time, so I want to be more conscious of it. What is 365 buttons? One for every day. Yes, queen, but what do you mean buttons? Like to wear? Just to see how quick days pass and to remind myself that time passes and I just have fun and to do a lot of stuff. What are you doing with the buttons every day is what they're asking. Are you putting them in a jar? Are you wearing them? Hey, so it actually only has to make sense to me for me to do it, and I don't feel like explaining it to anyone else. Girl, whatever, LMAO. LMAO, people are just asking what you plan on doing, literally and physically, with the buttons, and are probably just trying to get ideas to help themselves. I don't know, and I don't have to know, okay? I just want to carry around a button every day. Just the fact she just wants to carry a button around. I just want buttons, that's all. I don't have any pieces of clothing with buttons on it, so now I just want to make some of my own and put them on and just make my own buttons that go down my shirt. No disrespect, this is the funniest thing I've ever read. This should be who vague posting is for. Children. Not grown-ups trying to get attention from acquaintances on Facebook, but unfortunately, that's the vast majority of what vague posting consists of, for whatever reason. I'm from Arkansas, as I've said, and I've lived in multiple small towns growing up, and I'm currently thinking of 3 people in particular who do this on a regular basis, and they're probably doing it right now, and they are in their 30s. One of them, who is a very real person, and I cannot name him, has posted this 3 times in the past 6 months.
This is too much. I'm deleting Facebook tonight. Please don't text or message me.
Brother, you are married with 4 children with 2 different women, and you are posting this at 12:52 a.m. for what? You are busy. Okay? What is this for? Just so you can get 7 comments from people being like, you okay, bud? Get that from your wife. From your wife. How about this? This is a vague poster's dream comment right here. Hey, bud, I know you don't know me very well, and we've only talked a couple of times, but I'm down to get a beer and be here if you're down to, to meet up. And look, I'm not saying it's wrong to reach out into the ether for help. That's not what that's not what this is about. Of course, if you are hurting actually and you need people to talk to, that's totally normal and acceptable. However, being coy with the details about everything but actually bringing it up, it feels disingenuous. That's all. All right, now the last thing I want to talk about, relatable parodies. Now, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I actually thoroughly enjoy a lot of these kind of parody videos a lot of the time, but it does leave you craving something real, especially after watching a bunch of the stuff that I've talked about or reading a bunch of that stuff. When you put all of it together, it gets kind of overwhelming. Many times you can clearly tell the person is parodying somebody, but they're getting so good now to the point where sometimes it's hard to tell if it's real or not, especially if you're scrolling fast and you're thinking about the 3 videos you just watched. Doom scrolling kind of scrambles you a bit. Anyway, let me show you an example.
While my toddlers were playing in the backyard, they asked me for a Capri Sun. Since I had all the fruit at home to make some, I told them to give me a minute.
Do you not have time to change after filming Phantom of the Opera?
Once everything was juiced, I passed it through a fine mesh strainer and then added some water to thin it out. You can add as much or as little water as you want. Opening those up and our Capri Sun was done. We were so excited to have this and couldn't wait.
Now she's just having some fun. She's just having some fun on TikTok.com, right? Not gonna lie though, it took me a few seconds to figure it out for real, if it was actual parody or not. Because when I'm doom scrolling and exhausted after a long day, you might actually get me with something like this.
My sister's in town to visit, and she's been craving bubblegum so bad, but she ran out, so I just decided to make it for her.
Here's my impression of Donald Duck watching that video.
Oh, son of a bitch!
It's pretty much the same thing that I did before, just with different tonal change. So when I'm done with work for the day, my girlfriend and I, we just immediately plop on the couch and we start watching documentaries and comedy podcasts. That is 99% of what we watch. And the other day I was thinking about like why do we do that all the time? Like why can we just not watch something else? Like why can't we just watch a show, like an actual show? I think the answer is simple. It's all real stuff. We're both full-time content creators, so all day we're just, watching skits and parodies and just AI slop. And of course, not all of this is bad, not all of it. But when you put all of it together, you put all of these things together that we're watching, it becomes a lot. We're just, we're like in this cycle of performing and deceiving. So when we're done for the day, like we just want to watch people be real. I'm no better. I really am not. My stuff is basically just one long skit. I mean, I admit I do feel some sort of pressure or obligation to perform or like be like at my best. Like when I cut my camera on, I feel pressure to cater to other people's interests and views and attention spans. And I think that goes for literally every single creator. It's inevitable. My point is, so much of what we consume feels like just performative or deceptive. And my goal moving forward is to just show even more of myself in my videos and just be a little more real. Because I know this kind of stuff is affecting way more people than just me. And speaking of AI, a lot of people are actually marrying AI. Millions of people, really, which, ouch. Click the box in the top left-hand corner and we'll talk about it. And I'll see you over there. And it's my time. Toodles.